Good day and good vibe, and welcome to another episode of Chill Art. Chill Art is a public service program of the Leesburg Center for the Arts. The program's goal is to help people shift focus to the positive. Body-mind experts and guest contributors from across the country volunteer to present their mindfulness modalities and give our viewers tools to better cope during challenging times. Then, after their presentations, we walk you through a short, no artistic ability required art project. Think of them as fun, creative, moving meditations that calm the soul and raise the spirit.
Hi everyone, my name is Amber Adams and my current business name is YogaNut. I teach yoga and I do coaching and counseling, and I also teach and facilitate workshops. And I do all of this via Zoom or in person. I live in the Poughkeepsie area in New York right now. And I've also been living abroad in Scotland for the past 7 months. So I get around to different areas. So I like to work embodied, and this means combining intellectual learning, emotional processing, and connecting to our intuition. And then I like to imbibe what we've explored in the body to really integrate everything as a whole. So today, I'd like to lead you in an art exercise that was helpful to me during the pandemic. So at times when I felt isolated or there was more loss in my life than I could easily handle, having this visual helped me to remember resources that I do have when I would forget them so easily. So we're going to create a visual support circle using the 4 cardinal directions as guideposts. And these 4 supports will be anchors that we use in the next part of the session, where I'll guide us in a predominantly seated asana practice that's pretty beginner friendly. So the roles of the 4 directions are vast, but for this exercise, I'm going to just simplify their meanings to one concept in the Vedic system. Then we can fill in our circles with other resources and supports that we have to include all the main ones. So for this exercise, you'll need a piece of paper. It doesn't matter what size. I'm just using something big for a visual, and a writing utensil. If you like color, you can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, anything simple. But that might just like help to add some of the warmth when you look at this for seeing your supports. So just get those, and then we'll start in the center of the circle with a symbol that represents our unchanging eternal self. So for me, when I was thinking about that, I was just simply thinking of a heart symbol would do for me, because it's important for me to live very heart-led. I feel like that connects me to my eternal unchanging self when I am living from my heart center. Emphasize that a little bit. So whatever symbol you want to do for yourself, just write in the center. And then we'll start in the north direction. So just simply we'll say that the north represents wise stability. So when I was thinking about that for me, like what doesn't change and what's always there for me and a constant, and like my go-to when maybe my other support systems aren't there for some reason, I was thinking of nature. So I'm just gonna draw a symbol for nature. I'm just gonna do some mountains. So you can just figure out a symbol that works for you for your north. And I'm just gonna label north like that. And I'm just gonna do a little stream for my nature. So you can get as complex or simple as you like. If you really like drawing, you can get into it. If you just sort of want to use the support circle as a reminder when you get stuck, you can just do something simple, either or. So that's north, and I'm realizing it might be backwards for you. The next one we'll do is east. So we'll do east, which represents spiritual knowledge. So this can be if you have a spiritual path, if you do any spiritual practices, if you have a higher power, anything that really expands your mind or lets you come back to your eternal, unchanging self. So for me, I'm going to do a flute to represent the deity Krishna, as Krishna plays the flute. And that's part of my bhakti yoga path that I follow and learn from and get my enlightening knowledge that brings me back to my eternal self. And I'll just do notes. So any symbol that represents your spiritual knowledge, and that's the second guidepost. And then we'll do the south. And the south represents, just simply we'll say passion. So passion can be anything that you really feel a fire for, anything that really drives you and doesn't really go away. It might change, but it's there and it burns. So for me, I'm just gonna say has been yoga. I'm a yoga teacher. So this symbol is a popular symbol for yoga. We see it often, so I'm just gonna do that as my passion, support, and purpose. And then we'll do the west. And the west, we'll just say simply represents creativity. So this can be art, any form of art making, writing, painting, structures, building, film. It can also be family relationships, having children, that kind of creativity. So for me, I also have a history in art. So I'm going to do a paintbrush. And I'm also been writing a lot. I'm writing 3 books. I'm publishing articles lately. So I'm going to do just also a pen. So anything for you, whether your children are supports for you, certain family relationships, or if you have some creative art that really helps to support you in times of need, you can write that. And then we can, once we have our 4 anchors, our cardinal posts, which we'll remember in the yoga practice that we're going to do, I'll have us really center in these supports when we do the practice. We can start to fill in the circle. So making a circle of support with any other ones that we've missed. And so, one that I'm going to do is my partner. So when I think of my partner, I sort of think of him being more in like the family relationship world. So I'm just going to do 2 rings to represent that relationship for me. Also, when I think of some other people in my life, I think of one of my best friends, Nina. She has these big, beautiful, gorgeous eyes. So I'm just going to do what represents Nina to me. And I'm going to put her right near kind of the relationship family world. And I also have a therapist that has been incredibly helpful for me, learning more about psychology and just things I wasn't taught when I was younger. And we talk about a lot of improving communication. So I'm going to do the Mercury symbol for her. And I'm gonna put her over here in more of like the stable and the knowledge world, because that's what she's been for me for many years. And I'm just gonna make it a little fun, do little speech bubbles, because that's what we do. We talk, we have talk therapy, we do little art therapy or embodiment work. So I'll just have that little Mercury symbol representing her. And then when I think of who's helped me with my spiritual path and my purpose, I think of my yoga teachers. So with one of them, I study the Bhagavad Gita. So I'm just gonna do a book and call it Gita. And then with my other teacher, I study the Yoga Sutras. So I'm just gonna do another book and call that Sutras. So anything, anyone, any resources that help you with your spiritual knowledge, your passion, how you've gotten it. So I'll stop there for me, but if you want to take a few more minutes and if you have any more supports or resources that you want to add in your circle of support, feel free to do so. And then just keep it handy for the asana session that we'll do. And we'll just remember what our guideposts are, our north, east, south, and west. Okay, thank you. And I'll see you shortly for yoga. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We are on to our predominantly seated asana practice for yoga. And we're going to incorporate the guideposts that we just did in the art therapy exercise. And now we're going to embody them in our practice. So either just have your paper there so you can remember them, or just have them with you. So we're going to start in a seated position. You can prop up your sit bones if you feel like you're slouching in your low back. And you want to aim to get your knees lower than your hips if you can. And we want to start with as straight a spine as possible. So we can just gently tuck our tailbone down. We'll draw our belly in and up. And then bring our ears over our shoulders. And we can just bring our hands actually to our heart in Anjali Mudra. So Anjali Mudra helps us to feel integrated with ourselves. It helps us to connect to our heart center, our fourth chakra. So we'll just start here and we'll think about our north. If you'd like to set yourself up in a north direction, feel free. Otherwise, we're just going to do the directions within ourselves. So we'll start here in easy seated pose, hands in Anjali Mudra. You can close your eyes if you'd like and think of your north guidepost, your north support. That support that is there for you always. It's stable, it's an anchor, it's your rock. Maybe when every other support falls away, it's still there. So just feel that in your body, in your heart. Feel that gratitude for that resource. Take a few breaths, center yourself. Come into your body. And touch that eternal part of yourself inside. Okay, good. So this is our north support. So you can lower your hands and we're just going to do some circles. You can come forward and go to the right. So we'll just do circles towards the right. We're just going to loosen up the spine a bit. This is often done in Kundalini practices, which are about loosening the spine. having good spinal health. So just take breaths in and out. Just go at a comfortable pace. Good. And then just do one more circle and then come to center. And then we'll do a back bend. So you can either bring your fingers towards your sit bones or away, whichever feels better for you. And then we're going to draw our tailbone down. We're going to lengthen our spine. We're going to lift our heart, squeeze our shoulders, and then just keep the neck force comfortable. You can either tuck the chin, you can bring it back. I would recommend not jamming your neck. And then take some deep breaths into your heart center. Continuing to connect to that eternal, unchanging part of yourself. And in yoga, we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And you can just aim for a steady, even breath. So equal part in, equal part out. Good, and a couple more breaths. Puffing up the chest. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Okay, engage the belly. Slowly come up. Now we'll take a forward fold. So you can just walk your hands out in front of you and then just rest your forearms down if they touch. You can rest your forehead down if they touch. And then just take deep calming breaths as we kind of fall inward into the self in our forward fold, aiming to keep our sit bones down. And what we'll do in this asana practice, how it's relating, is we're going to do this circular mandala kind of embodiment with our being. So you'll see how what we do on the right side, we'll do on the left side, and we'll come full circle around, just like our circle of support. Good, so take another 2 breaths, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Okay, engage your belly, slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. And then we're going to extend our right leg directly out in front of us, and we're going to take our left foot on the inside of our right thigh. And then we'll take our left hand to the knee, inside of the knee. We'll take the right hand down the right leg wherever it reaches. Maybe it reaches the shin, maybe it reaches the outside of the toes. So we're going to inhale, draw the sit bones down, lift through the spine, and we're going to exhale, twist the upper body towards the left. So we're getting a hamstring stretch here. We're getting a twist, which is good for the digestion. We're lengthening the spine, having a little lateral side body stretch. And taking those deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. You can also involve your abdomen to squeeze out the air. We want to fill up in the belly. And then exhale, draw the belly in. And then just seeing if you can get a little deeper in your forward fold and your twist. Good, a few more. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, and then we'll widen our position to Janu Sirsasana. We'll take the right leg over towards the right. We'll keep the left foot into the right thigh. And then we'll do another side lean. So the right hand will be upward facing. You can always use a pillow or a block if we have something handy. But ideally you want to rest it. And then take the left arm overhead. So again, we want to draw down in the sit bones, reach up through the spine, and then twisting open up towards the sky. Deep breaths. And we can press into our elbow, try to straighten our arm a bit. Exhale, rotating heart to the sky. Inhaling, exhaling, inhale, Exhale. Good, and one more breath, inhale. And exhale. Okay, if this is in your practice, you can take your right hand behind you, and then you're gonna pop up onto your left knee, left foot, and right foot. So lifting the hips up and taking a little back bend, you can point your right toes, just opening up the heart and stretching the front body for a couple of breaths. If it's not in your practice, you can just sit and do a little back bend. Good, and one more inhale. And exhale, releasing down. And then we're gonna come over facing east in table pose. So we'll hold table, which is hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, and we'll have a flat back. So we'll draw our belly in and up. We'll drop our heart, we'll squeeze our shoulders, drawing our tailbone back and our crown forward. Just feel steady and strong in your table pose. And think of your east support of spiritual knowledge. The symbol you created, the feeling that you feel from the support, just really imbibe that for a few breaths here. Good. Okay, and you can continue to do that. And we'll just do some cat-cow. So we'll drop the belly, bring the shoulders back, lift the head, and then we'll round. So we'll draw the belly in, round the shoulders, tuck the chin. And we'll inhale for cow, shoulders back, drop the belly, gaze up, and then exhale for cat, draw the belly in, tuck the chin. Press away in the hands and knees. Inhale for cow, exhale for cat. Good, and one more cow, and one more cat. Coming back to center, we'll do tricky cat. So the leg we extended, the right leg goes back, the left arm comes up. Good, reaching as long as you can. And then if it's in your practice, you can bend your right knee, take your left hand, grab the inside of the foot, and make like a circular shape on the right side. Taking deep breaths. And visualizing this circular energy on the right side. If you can't reach, it's okay. You can just aim to reach. And then trying to keep your shoulder over your right wrist. Good, and one more breath. Good, releasing the right knee down. We're going to extend the left leg towards north, towards the front. We're going to take the right hand level with the right knee, and then we're going to extend this left arm towards the south. So it looks like this. And this is called half circle. And you can lift your heart, lift your gaze, really press down in your knee, in your foot, and reaching. Taking deep breaths. Good, inhaling. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. So it's okay if you can't see the camera for this, just listen to the cues. So you're going to bring the right arm and the left arm down. You're coming into a plank pose facing south. So plank is like a push-up position. So both feet are back, shoulders are over the wrists. And if you need modified, you can bring your knees down. So just hold plank. So south is passion, our support of passion. Maybe our purpose, maybe our what drives us, our fire. So feel that now in south. Take another breath. And then go back into down dog. Your hips back, shoulders back, externally rotating the shoulders. You can always come into child's pose, which is sitting on your knees. Down dog is in your practice. So again, feeling your self-support, your passion, that fire. Here in down dog. Take a couple more breaths. This is how down dog looks. It's like an upside down V. Good, inhaling, exhaling, and one more breath, inhale and exhale. And then we're gonna roll forward back into plank. So now we're gonna do that whole thing, that whole sequence reverse. So we find our South Passion. One more breath, lifting up the core, dropping the chest. And then we'll do half circle. So we'll bring our left knee down. We'll bring our left foot behind the knee. We'll bring our right foot down towards north. Left hand all aligned in the center of the mat. Right hand reaching towards south. Pressing our right foot down, left knee, left hand down, and reaching. Deep breaths. Stretching the side body. Looking like this. Pressing into the elbow, straightening the arm a bit. Half circle. Good, and one more breath. Okay, and then we're going to come into the west direction into tricky cat. So doing everything reverse. We're going to place our right knee down, extend our left leg back, and then coming into tricky cat. If you did that, right hand grabs the inside of the left foot, making a circular energy on the left side. So you can reach the foot back in space and up. Bringing your left shoulder over your left wrist. Deep breaths. And you can always reach for them if you don't connect. And one more. Okay, and then reach the left leg and the right arm, extending, squaring the hips, drawing the belly up. Good, and then back down to table. We'll do cat-cows. So dropping the belly, bringing the shoulders back, lifting the gaze for cow. Exhale, cat. Drawing the belly in, rounding the shoulders. And inhale, cow, shoulders back, exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And one more, inhale. And exhale. Okay, we're facing west, so that's creativity guidepost. So just find your steady, stable table pose. Belly in, heart drop, shoulders squeezing. Tailbone forward, sacrum back. So feel your west support of creativity. You can visualize your symbol, the way it makes you feel. And aim to remember it when you need it. Okay, and then we're going to come down onto our sit bones. This time our left leg will be extended, right foot in for Janusarsasana. And we'll come into that pop-up position. So that would be our left hand down behind us, our right arm up. So we're going to come up onto the left foot, right knee, lifting the heart, pointing the left toes, couple deep breaths. If you didn't do that, just do a little back bend seated. Couple breaths, using some strength. Good, and one more inhale. And exhale, coming down. And then we'll do that side lean. So the left palm is facing up. You can use a block or pillow if it doesn't reach. And then right arm extending towards the left toes. So inhale, sinking down in the sit bones, reaching through the spine. You can press your left arm into the shin to rotate. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing in the right elbow, straightening the right arm a bit. Flexing the left toes. Good, another breath. Exhale. Okay, using your core, coming back up. We're going to straighten this left leg towards north. Right hand on the inside of the right knee. Left hand reaches down the left leg, wherever it binds on the shin or the feet. And then we'll inhale, press down on the sit bones, reach through the spine, and then exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale, do that process again. Exhale, twist towards the right, leading with the heart, squeezing the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Okay, and then left foot coming into easy seated, facing the north. We'll come into that forward fold, so walking the hands out, forehead down. Whatever touches the earth, just really rest into the earth and feel held by the earth. So this is that stable north. Couple breaths. Seeing if your fold is a little deeper this time. Seeing if you feel a bit more integrated, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually in this inward pose. Good, and one more inhale. And exhale. And engaging your belly, rolling up. Coming into the back bend, either fingers forward or back, whichever is more comfortable. And then drawing the sit bones down, tucking the tailbone, belly in and up. And then squeezing the shoulders and then puffing up the chest. Deep breaths into the heart, into that eternal unchanging self that resides here. Couple more deep breaths. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and one more inhale, and exhale. And then coming to a straight spine, hands can be on the thighs. We're going to do those circles now towards the left direction. And they can be as big or small as feels good for you. And just linking your breath to your movement. Good, and one more circle. Okay, and then just make sure you're comfortable. If you want to sit on a pillow, feel free. Bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. Feel free to close the eyes. And then we'll connect with our north guidepost again. So that stable resource that we have, and just really embody that and feel that. That can be our go-to anchor when we need it, when we feel scared, anxiety, lost, anything. And just remembering that we can use our exercise that we made today as a resource, as a tool. We can post it somewhere where we can easily see. To use the supports that we have, use the resources that we have in times of need. And then if one doesn't work, we can try another and another and another. And then just opening the eyes when you're ready. And just feeling appreciation for doing this class today, learning more about yourself, doing some exploration. And I thank you for joining me, and I wish you all well, and feel free to reach out to me with any questions. If you'd like to attend any yoga classes, yoga privates, do some coaching, counseling, however I can help, I'm at your service. Namaste. Thank you.